Martha's gone, and this is the first time anybody's ever been evicted for the house, and I've actually liked him less after their interview. Big Brother UK Halloween Eviction 1, and Emma's feeling bad about putting the 4 housemates up for nomination. Now, I must admit, I'm always saying that I probably wouldn't feel that bad about nominating people, and I would rather do face-to-face noms because I prefer to just be honest to people to their face. However, I must admit that putting up 4 people would even make me feel bad. She was given a trick-or-treat task where she had to give some of the housemates chocolate apples and some chocolate onions, and my friend was like, you can tell a mile away but one of them was onions, and I was like, they all look the same to me. Am I the only person who probably would have still ate the chocolate off the onions, because I love onions? She gave Ali and Martha the apples, and she gave Nathan the onion, and he was chasing around the house, and she was like, oh, that's what happens when you're friends with me. So she kind of gave herself away there a wee bit, even though she didn't really mean it. And Martha says to Ali, oh, I wonder why we got the apples. And Ali says, oh, she's sweetening us up for later. She had another task where she had to put housemates under different pumpkins. Some would receive treats and one would get slimed. And I already seen on Late and Live that it was Lily that was getting slimed, so I thought, oh, there's going to be this big reaction, she's going to go mental, she's going to be greeting. But she just didn't even really seem that bothered. Obviously she was annoyed, but for her to go about the house screaming and making stupid noises and all that, to actually getting slimed and not really having that kind of reaction was weird to me. When she was in the diary room, she was annoyed and she says, oh, the reason that Emma gave was like a pussy move because she says that I'm fun-loving and I like to play in the garden. There must be another reason deep down. But what does she want her to say? Does she want her to say, you're bogging, you're annoying and you're a fanny? Do you know what I mean? Then she'd really have something to moan about. Tonight, I think, is the most camera time Thomas has ever had, and he was saying to Big Brother that he was bored. In other Big Brother houses, they've got a gym, they've got a pool table, they've got a swimming pool, like they've got other stuff that they can do, and I prefer it that way because then they'll go away and play pool and they'll have a wee bitch about people, or there's like drama. You really hear them talking to each other about their lives and getting to know each other while they're doing other things. And I think that Big Brother UK should be the same. Literally sitting and having nothing to do would bore the fuck out of you. And I've always said I'm dying to go into the Big Brother house, but you do have to think, like, you're sitting there for weeks with literally nothing and people just telling you the same stories all the time. I would be bored as fuck as well. Hannah, Baked Potato and Nathan were talking about politics. And Nathan said, I think deep down all British people want to vote Conservative. And I thought, is he fucking serious right now? Like, I'm not even into politics, right? But Baked Potato, she obviously isn't a Conservative voter. She spoke about her mum that she's got to be raging because she's dating a Tory. But she was sitting there and she's kind of trying to hold her tongue and she's like, no, I don't really agree with that. Like, and she doesn't want to speak up. I'd be like, are you fucking for real? No? Most of the British people don't fucking want to vote Tory. Honest to God, like, I wouldn't want to get into an argument about politics, right? But see if somebody even had the audacity to say that, I'd be like, get yourself to fuck Nathan. The 4 nominees get put under the pumpkins, and they were just about to find out that one of them was going to be evicted that night, and it was harsh. I felt sorry for almost all of them. I honestly didn't feel sorry for Martha. So I was watching this thinking, oh, all the people who support Lily might be getting the show of a lifetime here, because they're always saying, oh, she's TV gold, she's so entertaining. I could not disagree more. But I thought to myself, if Ali goes here, they're not going to open the doors and they're not going to get to hug goodbye, and then they'll soon see what TV gold looks like. And this wasn't even me thinking anything negative towards Ali last night. I wanted Martha to go, I put my 5 votes on her, but it's just the fact that people defend Lily no matter what, and they make excuses for her behaviour constantly. If Ali would have went last night and she didn't get to say goodbye, holy shit man, that house would have been fucking turned upside down. Martha got gunged and she deserved it. And people say to me, oh, you change your mind about the housemates all the time. I change my mind based on people's actions and their personality. There's so many people who watch Big Brother who will literally be like, oh, I'm voting for that person to win because they're from London. I'm voting for that person to win because we're the same religion. I'm voting for that person to win because we're the same sexuality. And that makes no sense to me. Like, you can't blindly support somebody just because you've got a similarity. Like, I literally could have said, oh, me and Martha are both fat white women, so she's my ride or die. But that's not how it works. You've got to judge people based on their actions, and I'm actually going to make a totally separate video regarding this, even though I'm probably going to get totally attacked for it. But it just makes no sense to support somebody blindly, no matter what they've done to people. Sarah was devastated. I was surprised by the reaction because we've not really seen a lot of them together, and now she feels like she's got nobody in the house who doesn't judge her for being upset or whatever. And obviously at the start I hated Sarah, but as I just mentioned, my opinions can change based on people's actions, and I now find her quite funny, and I really did feel sorry for her last night. Martha was being interviewed on the Late and Live show, and tell me if I was the only person who felt this way, but it was so difficult to watch. Normally when somebody comes out the house and you really don't like them and then they're getting interviewed, I'm like that, oh, do you know what, actually they seem like a nice person, maybe they were just edited in a certain way. But with Martha, like, the more she was speaking, the more I thought, no, there's something not right with her. When Martha first went in, I thought, oh my god, I love her sparkly dress, she seems bubbly and lovely, and there was a lot of comments saying I work with her in real life and everybody loves her. But then we seen during the course of the show that she was saying there was people that she works with that she doesn't like, but she knows how to smile and play the game, and I really don't like that attitude. Luckily, I don't work with anybody that I don't like at the moment, but if there has been somebody that I've not liked in the past, and I've thought to myself, I don't like them and I don't know why, it's all because of me, then I don't say anything. But if it's something that they've done, then I would address it. And I can't stand people being fake. Nathan had previously nominated Martha because she's saying slay this, slay that, and I thought, do you know, it's not that bad. Like, I've got a friend who absolutely hates it. Like, they can't stand it, and they were sitting watching this show with me last night, and every time she was opening her mouth during that interview, they were like, what does that even mean? It's given iced out. What does that even mean? It's given slay. This person is a bit older, right? But I've got friends and I work with people in their early 20s, and they're always saying, this is slay, that's slay, it's given slay. And it doesn't bother me, right? But it isn't non-stop. But when she was speaking last night, I thought, do you know what, that is, like, it's a bit much. So as I was watching this, I thought it is unusual for somebody in their 30s to speak like that. It's usually people in their early 20s. And then when I looked up her age, she was 26. I was shocked by that. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not as if I think she looks older or anything. I just thought she was older. But I don't know, like, the way she was speaking, it was a lot. Like, I'm not trying to be judgmental here, but, like, am I the only person who thought this? Let me know in the comments. I must admit that if I was in that house with her and she was constantly doing that, I'd have nominated her as well. They showed her the clips of her saying that baked potato had mean girl energy, then saying, oh, I don't know when I would have said that, then telling baked potato that she said it in the diary room, and telling Ali, oh, she did have mean girl energy, and she managed to laugh it off, right? I would have been fucking mortified. And she's like, oh, I see looking back on it now that looks bad, like I didn't realise at the time. I'd have been like, holy fuck, AJ. Like, actually kill me now. I am so embarrassed, like, honest to God, I am honestly a fucking two-faced bitch. It was so bad, and what could she do? She had to sit there and laugh it off. And at that point, I must admit, I did feel bad for her, because I thought, how are you meant to get out of that? Everybody in life is two-faced to a certain extent. Everybody talks about somebody behind their back to a certain extent. I'm not saying that they don't, but the way she did it was so blatant. And the way she treated Hannah, and basically called her a liar to her face, and then made her out to be the bad one, was just so ridiculous to me. And I still don't understand why people are still saying Hannah's aggressive. Hannah was sticking up for herself. I've never once seen her being aggressive, and a lot of people now think this about Hannah because of that argument with her, an argument that she caused. She caused it all on her own. Sorry, I've just went on a pure rant about Martha, but there's more nominations tonight. Let me know in the comments who you think's going to be up, and I'll see you again tonight. Bye!